In the quiet town of Delphi, Indiana, where life moves at a steady and familiar pace, an unspeakable tragedy shattered the community's sense of safety. On February 13th, 2017, two best friends, Abigail Abby Williams and Libby German, set out on a simple hike along the Monon High Bridge Trail. What should have been a day of laughter and exploration turned into a haunting mystery that still grips the nation. This is not just a story about two lives lost. It's about a community's relentless fight for justice and the chilling reality of evil lurking in the most unexpected places. The Delphi murders serve as a stark reminder of the fragility of safety, even in the most familiar surroundings. The case captured national attention due to its eerie details. Libby's quick thinking to record her suspected killer's voice and image provided investigators with critical clues. Yet, despite this, years passed without answers, leaving a town in turmoil and a nation searching for justice. By examining this case, we uncover not only the tragic events of that fateful day, but also the broader implications about safety, vigilance, and the strength of community in the face of unimaginable loss. This is their story, a story that demands to be heard. Abigail Abby Williams, 13, and Libby German, 14, were two bright and spirited girls who shared a bond that only best friends can understand. Growing up in the close-knit town of Delphi, Indiana, they were inseparable, partners in mischief, creativity, and laughter. Abby was known for her artistic talent and a love for photography. She had an eye for capturing the beauty in everyday moments. Libby, outgoing and strong-willed, had a passion for science and athletics. Together, they balanced each other perfectly, Abby's quiet creativity complementing Libby's lively energy. Their friendship was the kind that people admired, built on trust, shared dreams, and an unshakable bond. On February 13, 2017, the girls planned a fun afternoon exploring the Monon High Bridge Trail, a popular hiking spot just outside town. They set out with Libby's phone to document their adventure, snapping photos and enjoying each other's company. It was a day meant for making memories, but it turned into a nightmare no one could have anticipated. Abby and Libby's lives were tragically cut short, but their story continues to inspire resilience and determination in the pursuit of justice. Their vibrant spirits are remembered not just by their families, but by all who have come to know their story. On February 13, 2017, Abigail Abby Williams and Libby German arrived at the Monon High Bridge Trail in Delphi, Indiana, for an afternoon of hiking and exploring. It was a day off from school, and the girls wanted to make the most of it, enjoying the scenic trail and capturing moments on Libby's phone. Around 2:07 p.m., Libby uploaded a photo of Abby walking along the historic Monon High Bridge to social media, a snapshot of a carefree moment that would later haunt the nation. When the girls failed to meet Libby's family at the designated pickup spot later that afternoon, concern quickly turned to alarm. A search began that evening, but it wasn't until the next day, February 14th, that the worst fears were realized. The girls' bodies were discovered in a wooded area near the trail, just half a mile from the bridge. The crime scene, though not publicly detailed, revealed a chilling reality. Yet, it was Libby's quick thinking that provided investigators with a critical lead. Using her phone, she captured a brief video of a man walking toward them on the bridge and recorded his voice saying the now infamous phrase, "Guys, down the hill." This haunting evidence became the cornerstone of the investigation, a stark reminder of the girls' bravery even in their final moments. The investigation into the Delphi murders began immediately after Abigail Abby Williams and Libby German were reported missing on February 13, 2017. Concerned family members and volunteers initiated a massive search effort that evening, combing the Monon High Bridge Trail area. Tragically, their bodies were discovered the following day, February 14th, in a secluded area about half a mile from the bridge, turning a missing persons case into a homicide investigation. Local law enforcement, the FBI, and state police joined forces in what became one of Indiana's most extensive investigations. The key piece of evidence was Libby's extraordinary foresight to record a brief video on her phone, capturing the suspect walking toward them on the bridge. His voice, captured saying, "Guys, down the hill," sent chills across the nation. The release of this evidence sparked thousands of tips from the public. Witness accounts helped police narrow their focus on a middle-aged man seen near the trail that day. Forensic and digital analyses of the crime scene provided additional leads, though many details remain undisclosed. Despite the efforts of law enforcement and the community's unwavering support, the case remained unsolved for years, leaving investigators and the public determined to find justice for Abby and Libby. Their bravery continues to drive the pursuit of truth. In October 2022, after years of unanswered questions, authorities arrested Richard Allen, a 50-year-old Delphi resident, in connection with the murders of Abigail Abby Williams and Libby German. Allen, a pharmacy technician and a familiar face in the community, lived just a few miles from the Monon High Bridge Trail. His arrest shocked Delphi, as he had appeared to lead a quiet, unremarkable life. Evidence linking Allen to the crime included accounts of his presence near the trail on the day of the murders, along with forensic analysis tying him to the scene. Investigators revealed that Allen had placed himself at the trail in interviews shortly after the crime, but his statements didn't raise suspicion at the time. Over the years, advancements in technology and renewed analysis of evidence eventually pointed back to him. The haunting video and audio captured by Libby played a crucial role in identifying Allen, though authorities have remained tight-lipped about the full scope of the evidence. His motive remains unclear, and psychological evaluations may provide insight into his actions. Allen's arrest brought a mix of relief and disbelief to the community, marking a significant step toward justice for Abby and Libby, while underscoring the disturbing truth that evil often hides in plain sight. The Delphi murders quickly became a national story, capturing widespread media attention with its haunting details and the tragic loss of two young girls. News outlets across the country covered the case extensively, broadcasting the eerie video and audio captured by Libby German. The image of the suspect walking on the Monon High Bridge, paired with his chilling words, "Guys, down the hill," struck a nerve, igniting public interest and outrage. Social media played a vital role in amplifying the case. Hashtags like Justice for Abby and Libby kept the story alive, with thousands of people sharing updates, theories, and support for the families. The Delphi community, though small, received an outpouring of solidarity from across the nation, as people rallied behind the search for answers. True crime podcasts and YouTube channels devoted entire episodes to dissecting the details of the case, ensuring it never faded into obscurity. Programs like Crime Junkie consistently revisited the story, encouraging their audiences to submit tips and keep the girls' memories alive. For the residents of Delphi, the case was deeply personal. The tight-knit community struggled with fear and grief, but their resilience and determination for justice became a powerful force. This collective effort proved that the fight for Abby and Libby extended far beyond their hometown. In October 2022, Richard Allen was arrested and charged with 2 counts of murder in connection with the deaths of Abigail Abby Williams and Libby German. The charges were the culmination of years of investigation, during which authorities linked him to the crime through forensic evidence and digital analysis. Allen's arrest brought a glimmer of hope for justice, but also raised many questions, as the full details of the evidence against him remained under wraps for much of the proceedings. During the pretrial hearings, it was revealed that the prosecution had gathered significant physical and digital evidence, though specific details were largely withheld to protect the integrity of the case. The most damning piece of evidence remained the video Libby captured of the suspect and the chilling audio of his voice, which law enforcement used to connect him to the scene. As of now, the case is ongoing. Richard Allen has entered a plea of not guilty, and his trial is set to proceed in the coming months. The legal proceedings are highly anticipated as the community, the nation, and the victims' families await the chance to finally hear the full details of what happened that day. The trial will be a critical moment in the quest for justice for Abby and Libby, and its outcome will undoubtedly leave a lasting impact. The tragic Delphi murders serve as a painful reminder that even in small, seemingly safe communities, danger can strike unexpectedly. Abby and Libby, 2 young girls out enjoying a peaceful hike, became victims of a crime that shattered the sense of security many believed such towns offered. This case underscores the vulnerability of youth, particularly in isolated areas where crimes can go unnoticed until it's too late. Yet in the midst of horror, Libby German's bravery shone through. By recording the suspect's image and voice, she unknowingly provided crucial evidence that would eventually lead to the perpetrator's arrest. This act highlights the growing role technology plays in solving modern crimes. Digital evidence, such as cell phone recordings and surveillance footage, has become an invaluable tool in law enforcement investigations, making it harder for criminals to escape justice. The Delphi case also demonstrates the vital role of public awareness and cooperation. The flood of tips, social media campaigns like Justice for Abby and Libby, and widespread community involvement showed that citizens can be powerful allies in the fight against crime. It was through collective effort and determination that this case remained in the public eye for years, ultimately leading to a breakthrough. The importance of vigilance and collaboration between law enforcement and the public cannot be overstated. The Delphi murders shocked not just the town of Delphi, Indiana, but the entire nation. On February 13, 2017, two innocent girls, Abigail Abby Williams and Libby German, set out for a simple hike along the Monon High Bridge Trail. What was meant to be an afternoon of fun ended in unimaginable tragedy as the two were brutally murdered. For years, the case remained unsolved, with investigators following every lead. But it wasn't until 2022 that Richard Allen was arrested, linked to the crime through forensic evidence and the chilling video Libby captured of the suspect. The case highlighted the importance of technology in solving modern crimes. Libby's quick thinking in recording the suspect's voice and image became a crucial piece of evidence that would eventually lead to an arrest. The case also revealed the vulnerability of youth, even in small communities, and how quickly that safety can be shattered. Throughout the investigation, the resilience of the Delphi community was unwavering. The people of Delphi, alongside law enforcement and the public, stood together, refusing to let Abby and Libby's deaths fade into the background. Their efforts kept the case alive, ensuring that the victims were not forgotten and that justice would eventually prevail. The Delphi murders are not just a story of loss, but a testament to the relentless pursuit of justice and the power of a community united against evil. This case proves that even in the face of unimaginable grief, justice can be sought and communities can rise up to demand it. The pursuit of truth continues, and the memory of Abby and Libby will never be forgotten.